Hey guys, what's up? Jake here. Now listen, first and foremost, thank you for being here because if you've got to this video, it means a few things. It means you follow me online, maybe you follow me on Instagram, maybe you check out my YouTube channel, and you definitely listen to my podcast because if you've got this far, you found your way to my website, saw my Forex ad and clicked on it wondering, what the heck is this Forex thing Jake is going on and on about all the time? Now listen, I want to take the next 60 seconds to tell you about an opportunity that is changing my life and just bringing me so much joy, and it will absolutely do the same thing for you. Now guys, simply put, Forex is the trading of the foreign exchange market. We're trading foreign currencies just like we would stocks. Now, I'll be honest with you, it's not easy. You could go on YouTube and try to figure it out and ultimately lose a bunch of money. But the best way to learn something like this is with a strong education and really great mentorship. And I want to tell you about what I am doing that's taking both of those things and just changing my life. Now, guys, to be able to trade, all you have to have is a phone, a smartphone. Wouldn't it be amazing to be able to make money from your phone and not have a regular job and just be able to have the time freedom, the financial freedom to do the rest of the things you want to do in your life? Now listen, I want to tell you everything there is to know about this business. I want to give you an opportunity to be part of this. You know, the reason I get to make these videos and these podcasts all day is because I've created some freedom in my life that gives me the time to do that. And I want that same thing for you. So if you guys want to know exactly how I'm using the foreign exchange market to fund my dream life, click down below, fill out the form. Let's schedule a 10-15 minute call. I'll tell you exactly how the business works, and maybe it'll work for you, maybe not, but you'll never know unless we talk. So just schedule a 10-minute call down below. Let's hop on a phone call today. I'll tell you everything you need to know, and if you're interested in joining my team, I'm gonna teach you how to run your Instagram. I'm gonna teach you how to do podcasts and YouTube videos and just get people's attention to create your own team and to build a future for yourself that will change your life forever. And not only your life, your family's life, your friends' life, and the people that you love the most. So guys, hit down below, schedule a 10-minute call with me. Let's have a chat. Let's make you some money, all right? All right, love you guys. See you later. Bam. Hey guys, what's up? Jake here. Hey, listen, can you do me a huge favor today? Okay, go to thoughtsoundproject.com. On every page on the website, there's an Amazon ad. If you click that ad, it's gonna bring you right to the Amazon homepage. Bookmark that homepage on your computer or your phone just as Amazon. And anytime you shop Amazon, go through that link, shop the way you normally do. It's not gonna cost you any extra money or anything like that. Literally, all it's gonna do is it's gonna take a small percentage of Jeff Bezos' profits and give them to me. Jeff's got enough money, I don't, so if you would do that, I would really appreciate it. It's thoughtsoundproject.com. Click any of the Amazon ads. It's going to bring you right to the Amazon homepage, and you'd be doing me a real solid. All right, guys, thanks. All right, we're all set. Alysha, how's it going?
Doing amazing. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy that we finally get to have this conversation. Like, it's been a long time coming. So before we get started, I was planning this, like, I just want to share like the story of like how I know you, right? So for my audience, a year and a half or 2 years ago, I was randomly scrolling Instagram and I saw a flyer for like intro to Forex. And I didn't even know what Forex was. Like I wasn't trying to join a network marketing company. Like I was just scrolling and the flyer was like, hey, if you come to this thing, it's at the penthouse at the W6 in Tempe. And I was like, oh, word? I was like, well, I want to go to the W6 penthouse in Tempe. So like, I'm going to go just for like, maybe I could get a cool pick off like on the balcony at the penthouse or something. Like that's why I went. And I go to this event and there's all these like young, motivated people having these high level conversations. And like, I'm 34 and like a lot of these people were in the early part of their 20s. And I'm like, who are these people? Like, who are these kids? You know, like to me, like I feel so much older sometimes. And it was so amazing. And I wasn't sure about the business. I knew nothing about it. I was literally there just to be in a penthouse. And I started watching it as the presentations went on, and it was really cool and interesting. And I could see like what you guys were doing. And then it was your turn to talk. I could remember it clear as day because like you came in with like such positive intensity. Like I was so fun. Like I was standing in the back of the room like, whoa, like it was so fun. Like I followed you that day
and like you were so fired up and you're so motivating, and I was like, who is this girl? Like, what the hell? and I was so inspired, and I started following you on Instagram, and like I was working like a regular, like a khakis and polo shirt job at the time, and like I wasn't totally sold on the business at that point, just because like my mindset hadn't developed to a point where I was ready for it yet. But I followed you ever since, and I seen you go from like very early stages 2 years ago through the trajectory you're on now. And I've literally watched your life change in the last 2 years. I've seen you go to Europe and do all of these speaking engagements and make money and rank up in the business. And I'm just like, okay, if I would have signed up on that day 2 years ago, what the hell would my life be like right now? Right. So when I started working for Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi, my job was to reach out to like influential people, like B-list celebrities and influencers, and the number one people they wanted me to reach out to help promote Tony and Dean's business was people in network marketing, because you guys have, you know, these downlines and you have the ability to promote to like, you know, your whole team. And so they're like, yo, focus on these network marketing people. And I was like, I know some network marketing people. And that is how we started talking it again about 6 months ago. And then once I hit you up on Instagram to talk to you about that, you started populating like in my feed again. And I was like, oh, her life has changed drastically since then. So when the coronavirus hit, like I lost my job and I was at a place like I can do anything I want right now. Do I want to invest my time into finding another job, or do I want to invest my time doing something so I never have to find another job? And I was so inspired by literally watching your journey day in and day out that I was just like, I have to be part of this. So the reason we're having this conversation today is I made the decision to join this business, and I was placed on your team, and now we get to talk and become friends, and I'm part of it now, and I'm so excited. I was very happy to be able to do this podcast with you today. So to kind of jump off of that, can you just like explain who you are, where you're from, and give me like the 3-minute like origin story of how you became you?
Yes. Okay. Wow. Thank you. I love your story. It's so funny how everything comes together. Just from that one decision for you to just randomly go to a penthouse to now being business partners, like two years later almost, and working towards financial freedom for you and your family. It's amazing. So for my background, I actually grew up in a small town in Oregon. And, you know, really small town. And I was kind of living in a bubble, kind of like your background, you know, you're living in a small town bubble. I was able to make it out of the town, which not many people do because of my sport. So I was a student athlete. I was a swimmer in high school, and I was really, really good. I was breaking state records and all these things. So I got scouted by colleges, right? And so I went to San Jose State for 1 year on a full ride scholarship. And then I transferred to Arizona State. And that's kind of how that went. But my growing up, I really have to say the reason why I'm so motivated and the reason why I work so hard is directly because of honestly, my sport. Like being an athlete is what got me to where I am today and the mentality that I have now. But really it was just small town like you, growing up, my first dip into personal development. Like I read my first personal development book when I was I think 17, and then I hadn't read one since. I read one book, changed my life.
Do you remember what it was?
It was How to Have Power and Confidence in Dealing with People.
Okay.
That was the name of it. I forgot the author, but yeah.
Awesome. So ASU, is your picture still on the side of the building?
Yeah, my picture's on the side of the building. So ASU, I did well. Actually, it was crazy. Bob Bowman is the Olympic coach for USA for swimming. And he personally coaches Michael Phelps. So my junior and senior year, we ended up being coached. Our head coach was Bob Bowman, and Michael Phelps is our assistant coach, which is greatest Olympian of all time. So yeah, I did. My life was eat, sleep, swim in college. So, and of course, sometimes school.
That's amazing, because it's literally like having like LeBron or Michael Jordan be your coach. Like it's like the best case scenario, right?
Right, it really was. People cried on our team when they found out that he was our coach. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so Did you graduate?
Yeah,
You
I
did.
did.
Okay. So you graduated school. So how did entering this business come into your life? Because like I just shared my story, like and I think everyone's is similar but different. So like what's your story of how you arrived here?
Yeah. So to be honest with you, I had the old paradigm that a lot of people have of go to school, get a degree, get that stable job, and then switch jobs a few times, retire, start a family, whatever, you know? So
Yep.
that was the blueprint I had. And I didn't really know anything else. So I had this degree. And after I graduated, I had kind of an identity crisis because I was known as the athlete, right?
Okay.
And yeah, I had college. And so when I was done, I was like, who am I? Right? Who am I? What do I want to do?
Hmm.
And I worked 6 jobs in 6 months. So I immediately tried everything because I was like, okay, I got my communications degree, no idea what I want to do. So I worked at a public relations firm.
Okay.
I hated it. I hated it. Underpaid, way overworked, and I
Yeah.
was sitting at a desk all day, right? Two, I worked at a restaurant. Did not enjoy that either. I worked at the Diamondbacks, the
Hmm.
Suns, Muscle Milk, Lululemon. I did everything. You know, I was teaching swim lessons, events, and stuff like that. So I tried all these things. And with all of those jobs, I was also partying nonstop. So I was like in the clubs all the time, getting turned up because I was not able to do that in college because of my
Yeah.
sport, right?
Yep.
So after a period of time, after 6 months of doing that, I just had to look myself in the mirror and be like, what is going on? Am I going, like, if I continue to do this for the next 5 years, where am I going to be? I'm going to be struggling with money. I'm going to have no time freedom. I'm going to be bossed around by someone my entire life. And I'll never have that, you know, I'm never going to create generational wealth. I'm
Hmm.
never going to have the abundance of money that I want in order to impact the world and take care of my family. I won't have freedom to go watch my children's basketball, football games whenever I want. Not, I don't have children yet, but future, you know.
Hmm.
And I just started thinking my wheels were turning. And that's when the manifestation started kicking in, right? Because what you think about all the time you attract. So I knew, I was like, how do I get out of this? Like, how do I find a better way to make money and actually like make an impact? So I started to think about it. And then I got into stocks. I
Okay.
got into stock trading. I got into cryptocurrency trading. And then I actually saw on my Snapchat this guy that I had met at this restaurant that I worked at. And he was like a party promoter or something, right?
Yep.
So he was posting on his his Snapchat story about trading and charts and stuff. And I was like, huh, I'm doing stocks right now or trying to, so maybe I should learn about what he's doing. So I asked him what he did and he invited me to a meeting, right? And I was like, meeting? Why would I want to meet up with you? Can't you just tell me what this is, right?
Yeah.
And he invited me to West 6. I
Okay.
was scared. I was like, why am I going to this penthouse to hear
Yep.
about, stock or currency trading, I
Mhm.
was confused, but I went with my roommate and they kind of did like the presentation for the education platform and everything for me and my roommate. And honestly, I was so open-minded at the time. I knew that whatever was being thrown at me, I just had to say yes. Because you
Mhm.
never know. You never know what's going to happen. And I was aligned with myself to the point where I knew that this was not an accident. So I said yes to the platform. And actually, the guy who introduced me, I wasn't able to contact him because he got in some trouble. I think he got arrested for
Okay.
something. But he was a bridge. Like he showed me this opportunity. And then from there, I was kind of studying and learning through this platform. And I started seeing a lot of success and I started to make really good profits from my phone. And I actually started freaking out because I was like, wow, I just made $300 in one day when I make that in a week in my jobs. Like what my whole paradigm about money just changed. I was like, if I can make 300, I can make 3,000. I can make 30,000, right?
Mhm.
And so I actually had enough money saved up. I quit my jobs and then after 3 months of trading, and then I started to share the opportunity. And yeah, and then do you want me to continue?
Yeah. No, please.
Okay, so I started to share this opportunity more and I just became obsessed. Like people were asking me how I was making money from my phone and I was just sharing with anyone and everyone. So for example, my old teammate in college, he was in Europe. So he is from Czech Republic. And he asked me what I was doing because he was actually broke and struggling with money at the time, but living in Czech Republic.
Mhm.
I said, bro, I can show you what I do because this platform is, 120 countries deep. So he said, yeah, I want to learn. And he started learning, and now fast forward, he's making $10,000 a month, and he's mentored and has a team of over 1,000 people right now. So it's crazy what happened with that. And so after a year and a half of me just sharing this, working on my trading skills every day, immersing myself in the culture, building relationships, and just going out there, like I was able to make a 6-figure income for myself residually, not including trading. After a year and a half. And then now 2 years later, I'm making $25,000 a month, almost at $50,000 a month, and still trading. As we speak, I'm actually in about $1,300 profit. So I could probably show you where is it here? Okay. Well, 1,000, or that's like 900 right now. $900 profit. As we're speaking on this podcast, so I just realized like money is easy to make. We just make it hard. Sorry. Money is easy to make. It's just a paradigm shift.
Yeah.
It's funny because people say, it's hard to earn money. And yeah, if that's what you think, then that's what you're going to get. And people say, oh, things are expensive, but that's your paradigm. It's not expensive to someone who's making $10,000 a month or is making $25,000 a month. Yep. So we speak these things, and I realized it was just the way that I thought about money had to change. And once you do that, everything will change for you. And you can create the lifestyle you want, just like you. Like you had that paradigm shift of, hey, I'm done making $30,000 a year. I'm going to start making $30,000 a month and think bigger sooner. And that's exactly what you're going to do here just in the next few years, which is insane to me. But yeah, that's pretty much my story so far. Now currently, I'm living in LA. I am kind of a nomad right now. Like I'm staying in Airbnbs, traveling all over America and the world, and literally doing what I want, because I don't have to say no to opportunity. I don't have to say no to anything really anymore. So
yeah, and that's just that's so exciting for me, because like you had just said that you're making $25,000 a month residually just from sharing the business. Like, hey guys, I'm making money on my phone. Would you like to also make money on your phone? And you could get to such a high level. Like I get so excited about that, because you said you grew up in a small town very similar to me. Like where I grew up, $25,000 a month, like that's like making more money than God. Like that's not a real amount of money. Like $100,000 a year is being like rich where I'm from. You're like the richest person in the town if you make if you make $101,000 a year, you're the richest person in the town. So for you to get to a level in just a couple of years, in your 20s at that level, like I know what my life would be like if I never left my small town. And if I didn't leave that small town, I wouldn't have ended up in Arizona. I wouldn't have took the chance to go to that penthouse and learn about this business. And it's just amazing what can happen when you really just take chances for like just following feeling and positive emotions. It's like we have these feelings and they lead us to these things that change our lives. And it's just on us to trust those feelings. And it just seems like you really did that. And it's so exciting for me to know that you've got to this level. And like, you never have to move back to that small town unless you want to. You could buy a beautiful house in that small town right now if you wanted to.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. I love what you said about following those positive emotions, because I realize we all have this intuitive voice, right? That inner guidance, and people don't listen to that because they're afraid.
Yeah.
And because they're afraid, and because they've been so programmed not to take risks or follow themselves, and they listen to the people who are doubters and people who are not doing anything with their life and who are guided by fear. So I feel like as soon as you can get out of that and just trust yourself. And the thing is, I was reading in this book called The 50th Law by Robert Greene. And he was talking about, you have to have the ability, in order to get out of this like matrix, you have to have the ability to listen to your intuition and have the confidence to know that no matter what happens, you can bounce back from whatever happens. Like you say yes, and you have that confidence to say, hey, even if things do go south, I'm going to bounce back and be stronger. And that's all it takes, really.
That's all it takes. And, I think you hit it. It's that money paradigm of like, we're so ingrained, like from elementary school, that we exchange labor for a static amount of money.
Yeah.
And it's just like most people go through their lives just oblivious that there are other options. And it's like, you know, some of these things get a bad rap because of like the early days of these types of businesses. And, you know, you always hear the same things. It's a pyramid scheme. It's a scam. And it's just like, okay, well, I kind of thought that too at that penthouse, but then I watched you go from like, you were like a few months in the business at the point, and now you're making the money you're making now, and you're traveling and you're living in Airbnbs and you're a nomad. It's like everyone's dream, like really to what you're doing right now. It's like everybody wants that, like in some way, they want their version of that. And it's just like, you're like proof that it's possible. And it's just like, it's amazing. So when it comes to this business, like, what do you think sets this business apart from other opportunities? Because for me, like, I see some real extreme, like just real clarity of why this is the business for me. Like, there are a million network marketing companies I could have joined, but I have some very clear reasons why. But like for you, what's different about this?
Yeah, I've seen other network marketing companies too, and they sell products, right? They sell like maybe a hair care product, maybe nutritional shakes, things like that. And that doesn't really excite me because to me, that's a little bit of a dead end. There's not much more you can do with a hair product. And you know, that could be for some people like totally amazing. But for me, with foreign exchange, it's something where you're always learning. The markets are always changing. You're always going to be mentally stimulated. And this, like, foreign exchange is for everyone. It's for the young, the old, the black, the white, the brown, the blue, the pink, whatever gender you are. Anyone can do this. Anyone can trade Forex, and anyone can learn how to make money from their phone with this platform. And it's like, you don't have to even do the network marketing side. You will eventually. You definitely will, because you can't keep the blessing once you start making that trading money. But another thing is 80% of our entire company are customers, which means they're learning from our platform and making money just trading, right? Which is absolutely speaks volumes. And the best thing about this company is everyone is winning. It's not just me. Of course, I have, you know, I'm making $25,000 a month, but I pride myself in the fact that the team is winning. Right? There's hundreds of people in my team making an extra $600 a month, $1,000, $5,000, and even $10,000 a month right now.
Yeah.
So in order for me to win, it's the whole team collectively must win together. And it's so cool to see your own friends go from making like zero, you know, making minimum wage at their job to then making $10,000 a month, which happened with my teammate. So that's so fulfilling. And this company, like, we are going to $1 billion company. And if you'll see like the kind of ranks that were hit within the past 5 months, I have the statistics, I should pull it up, but there's been like over 1,000 P150s, over 500, or no, I think over 1,000 P600s, and then over 500 P1Ks, P2Ks, and then hundreds and hundreds of chairmen that were popped in this company. So it's just showing you the residual income side. Everyone's winning. It's not hard for everyone to win. Like, the standard for our team is for the newest person to make $600 extra a month within their first month. And could you imagine going to your boss and asking for a $600 a month raise? They'd be like, get out of my face, right? So this is crazy.
The last raise I got like was for like 75 cents an hour or something. They're like, we're going to give you 75 cents an hour. And I'm like, thank you. Yeah. So it's like, it's insane that like you can literally just go out and just share what you're working on. And that's really all it takes to get to that next level. Because like, I love what you said about it, because there are many different companies that sell products. And it's just like, okay, yeah, like people want to be healthier and they want to look better, but everybody wants to make more money because it's access to everything else we want to do. Whether we want to do nothing or we want to do everything, being financially free is the path to that. So the product being something that makes people money, that's what got my attention the most. Because like I've been hit up with a million things over the years, from protein shakes to all kinds of things, you know what I'm saying? But like for this one, it's just like the product makes me money. Like it's kind of a no-brainer, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So to kind of like start winding it down a little bit, like I'm still new in the business. I'm just a couple months in. So like when, like say somebody is watching this and they've never heard of Forex and they're like, well, that sounds difficult and it's a challenge. And it's just like, if somebody was sitting there with like $100 in their hand, and maybe not a few $100s in their hand, and like a minimum wage job, and they feel stuck. Like, what's your advice to people to just get to that next level? Like, where do people begin?
The first thing to begin with this industry is this industry forces you to grow as a person. So for example, for you, it took you a while to even get out of that old paradigm, right? To even process the information we're trying to give you in a different way of making money. So for the newest person listening to this, I would say start immersing yourself. Like if you want to learn how to start investing and creating another source of income, it's just baby steps. Like reach out to Jake, reach out and say, hey, I would like to know more, and figure out what it's going to take for you to shift your mindset to be able to see, how we see ourselves and how we want to make money and how we make money, right? Shift it from the 9-to-5 mindset to the entrepreneur mindset. And that's going to take a little bit of time, but start shifting your mindset that way and then become educated on how to invest. And you can start, if someone has $100, they can start with as little as $50 and start compounding their money over time. And the compound effect is amazing, right? If you have a penny a day, I think it's for 100 days, you'll end up getting $1 million if you compound and double that every single day. And then you stay around the fire. I say the most important thing is to stay around people like you and the team, because we have a freaking huge community of people who are walking balls of personal development positivity that are going to change your life.
That's like my favorite part. Like the money making stuff is awesome, but the people that I have met in the few months that I've been doing this, like it's absolutely amazing. Like you're part of the team from the first second you're on the team, and it's like people treat you that way. Like it's amazing.
Yes. So I guess that's what I would say for the first step for that person who's like, how do I start? Is like, reach out, get more information, start shifting your mindset, and then just say yes. I say like within the first 5 seconds, you know what the answer is. That's the exercise of listening to your gut. It's like, if this yes is in there, yes, I should do this, then do it. Don't let doubts creep in on you.
Yeah. That day at that penthouse, that first day I was there, my gut told me that this was a good move. My gut told me I would be good at it. My gut told me that I want to be a speaker. And I was watching all of you guys speak in front of this huge group of people. It's like everything I wanted to do was all right there in front of me. And my gut told me there, but it was just my head was not in a place that was prepared yet. So I'm very thankful that I continue to follow all of you guys and watch your journey, because it becomes easy to know it's the right move when you see other people having success in it.
Yes.
So to kind of just wind it down here then, so like, what are you working on? What's your future look like? And kind of lastly, where can people find you online?
Yeah, sure. What I'm working on right now, honestly, this gives you time freedom and financial freedom, but I'm obsessed with helping people really become financially free. Like I don't do it for the money anymore, I do it for helping people. So where I'm at right now is I'm traveling the world. I honestly am going with the flow. I don't know where I'm going to be when, but I'm going where people need the help, right? And I'm also building a lot of international teams. So there's Brazil, there's, all over the Bahamas, and there's all these different places that I'm working with internationally. And we're planning to go out there and physically host big masterminds, big events, trading events, and building cultures in different areas of the world. So for me, it's expanding globally, helping people get to where I am, having fun, enjoying life, improving myself every day. And that's where I'm at. And if they want to reach me, Instagram at Alysha.unleashed, which is ALYSHA.unleashed. That's how you can reach me via Instagram.
Awesome. Well, hey, this was really fun. I'm glad we finally got to do this. We should definitely do it again sometime. But I really appreciate you taking a half hour to talk to me today. And obviously, we're gonna talk more probably every day. But this was really great. So if anybody is listening, and they're trying to change their life and they want more, just hit us up, right?
Yes. Thank you so much, Jake. I appreciate you having me on this call. And guys, if you're listening to this, like Jake is going to the top. This guy has his positive energy is radiating all the time. I feel it on this call. And he's just like, he's the type of guy who's going to be in it forever. Like I already feel like he's committed for the long term, and that's not something that everyone has, right? He's committed for the long term. He's doing it for his family, and he's coming from a place where he's inspiring people who came from nothing, who came from small towns and $25,000 a month was unreal, right? So he's going to be the inspiration for anyone listening to this call. So don't feel scared to reach out to him. Don't don't do what he did in a sense, and know that it was the right thing and not start, right? So you learn from his mistake, I guess, and go ahead and say yes now and reach out to him.
I love that. Thank you, Alysha. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jake. I had a lot of fun.